So, what makes you successful? There's really 16 secrets to becoming successful, and we're going to go over those. Your first one is a mission statement. This is the baseline and the lifeline of your business. A lot of decisions will come back to your mission statement. When you're in a dilemma and you're trying to figure out what to do, be like, well, is it good for the mission statement? Now, before we get into that, we got to talk about what is a mission statement, right? It shouldn't be that long. It should be 1 to 2 sentences. Some people are a paragraph, that's fine. But I would keep it kind of short and sweet. 2 long sentences that give you the foundation of why you are an acupuncturist. What is it you want to accomplish? And if your mission statement's about money, then you got to make sure everything that's surrounding your business is trying to get you the most money possible. If it's about helping people, I would say that's probably better, because with helping a lot of people, you actually make a lot more money. You basically have everything centered around helping people, and everything goes back to that mission statement, okay? It has to go, why do I open my practice, and what do I want to accomplish in my clinic? Number 2, set goals. We went over that. All right. Now, you don't just set any goals. You want them to be specific. So when I say you need to set goals, they need to be really specific, and you need to know what the deadline is for that goal. So you don't just say, I want more patients this year. No, no, no. You have to say, I want to increase my practice by X number of patients by this date. See how specific the goal is? So then you can kind of calculate and see where you're at on that goal, and you need to modify it, or if not. There is a thing I read in, I forget what book, but it basically said you need to put post-its, and actually did studies for people who set goals and wrote post-its and people who set goals and didn't write them down. And it stated that people who wrote their goals and put them on post-its and put it on their bathroom mirror or on their fridge or by their nightstand, they were 4 times more likely to accomplish their goal. 4 times. That's a lot. That's not double. That's 4 times more likely. So I don't know. I'm guessing it works because you subconsciously see it a lot, and then you just automatically, it's in your brain, so you're always like kind of subconsciously working towards that goal. Where if you didn't write it down, you just said, okay, that's my goal, you might have forgot about it. So I think when you write it down, it probably just reminds you a little bit more, although I'm not sure exactly if that's why. That's just a random guess. I'm not sure why it works, but I'm guessing that's why. Let's go to rule number 3. You want to become a effective communicator. All right, so what does that mean? You want to know your subject matter when you present it like the back of your hand. You really want to know what's going on, especially when you're dealing with patients, because they will sense your confidence or lack of confidence. And so people get better by how confident the acupuncturist is, believe it or not. Even if they don't even hit the right points, studies show that the more confidence the practitioner has when dealing with the patient, the more successful the treatment will be. Okay? So sometimes you want to think before you speak, because once you speak, you really can't take it back. So you kind of want to have what you're saying in your head and then speak. Don't just start talking out of your mouth and not know where you're going with what you're saying. You always want to have an endpoint in your head before you start speaking, okay? This is going to make you an effective communicator. And you always want to be prepared. So you kind of want to know what you're presenting on, what you're talking about, what the point is you're trying to get across, have it in your head, and then speak eloquently about it. And then you want to take, obviously, adequate amount of time to prepare for your presentation so it comes off completely professional. And remember to always be confident with your subject matter, whether you're talking to a patient or whether you're talking to an audience. All right? Avoid speaking in monotone. No one likes that. It's very boring. Don't stretch the truth. Once people see that you've kind of lied, they don't know what's coming out of your mouth is true and what's coming out as a lie, so you really damage your credibility. And then you want to keep everything simple. Don't start using crazy terms that people don't understand. Once you start using terms people don't understand, you tune you out. So you always want to make sure the language you're speaking is understandable to the person you're trying to reach. And for acupuncturists, you guys talk about qi and blockage and liver heat and liver fire, kidney essence deficiency. No one knows what the heck the majority of people, unless they're born in China, have no clue what you're talking about. So you don't want to say that, or if you do, you want to use analogies. So a very good thing for like let's say chi blockage is be like, well, there's a traffic jam of energy going throughout your body. Energy is very similar that makes you different from this table that is flowing throughout meridians, just like arteries and veins have blood flowing through them that carry energy. It's the oxygen, the carbon dioxide, the nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins, everything in your blood is carrying what you could call energy. Well, chi is very similar. It's flowing throughout the meridians, and there's a traffic jam blocking your ability to heal. So what we're going to do is insert these few needles in you to free up the traffic jam. Patients will be like, oh, okay, I get it. That makes sense. And be positive even when you're talking about negative information, and always use humor. Humor is a really good thing to use when you're speaking to lighten up the mood. Unless you're talking about a serious subject, then I wouldn't use humor.